Good evening, ma'am. And thank you for being with us today. We're so proud, at least I am very proud and privileged to have you talking to us. So ma'am, congratulations first up, because you've completed 29 years of service. And so how does it feel?
So Shubha, thank you first of all, and very good evening. And really I'm happy that you are interviewing me, because your perspectives, your experience, I know about you. I'm really happy to be interviewed by you and a woman. I'm very, very particular about this women empowerment thing. So thank you for interviewing me. Yes, I've completed 29 years of service in the Indian Revenue Service, and I joined way back in 95. But today also I feel that I've just joined. I can't imagine that I've finished 29 years. It feels great. It's been a long journey. Lots of ups, lots of downs. It's a part of the entire thing. A lot of learning, a lot of experiences, and the journey is ongoing.
And so we know the kind of impact you had at NCTE. So there's going to be a conversation where you're going to talk about some stories, some anecdotes from you, if you can recall them that way. And so we just wanted to know, what was your first day at NCTE like?
Okay, so, to be very frank, education was an absolutely new sector for me. And when I was posted here, I didn't know much about the education sector because I've worked all the time in the direct taxes. I'm very privileged that the Government of India had selected me for being posted as Member Secretary to the National Council for Teacher Education. When I joined here the first day, I was really impressed with the building, the office. Clean and neat, very private sector type. And I was very, very impressed with the building. I entered, and as I started seeing what the job entailed on the very first day, it was like, a kindergarten kid going to school for the first time. The regulation part was fine, because that is what I've been doing. Income tax, we are quasi-judicial authorities most of the time. So we are comfortable with that part, the legal part. But the education part, the academic part, well, that was a bit difficult. And my first day was I just got introduced to everybody and getting to know what the work entailed. Getting a new job, I was excited that, I've been given a new responsibility, new things to look forward to, so many things to learn. And people here were very welcoming on the first day. They met me and it was a warm welcome. And on the first day, I was really happy. I looked forward to my 4 years tenure that is on 15th October 2020. Very keen. I was very keen to learn the new nuances of this entire job and to see how my 4 years would go forward.
And so this office premises must have really inspired you a lot. So which part of the office inspires you the most? What do you find most beautiful about it, or some joyous experience or memory?
Yeah. So, this office is beautiful. If you ask me to talk about it selectively about a particular part, I really would not be able to say anything, because the entire office is really very aesthetically designed. I have visited the chambers of the officers and the staff here, and it's like a private sector office. What more could one ask? It is so clean, so neat, well-maintained office. I have beautiful memories of the entire thing. I have so many. Shubha, what can I tell you? Every day here brings something new. It's all part of the journey, some things, many good things, some things which sort of sometimes challenge you. So, every day for me here has been a memory. I take back all the memories. I will take along all the memories that I have had in my 4 years journey here.
So ma'am, as you transitioned into the leadership role, when did you realize that you were transitioning to a leadership role, stepping onto a bigger responsibility, a larger responsibility, and you would have known challenges are going to come ahead? So what was it that you felt that time when you transitioned into that role?
Okay, I'll tell you, right from my school days, I have always been a school captain. Then when I went on to college, I was a student councillor, and in my final year, I was heading the student council. So all along, I've always been in a leadership role. So I know what leadership is about in a small way in school and college. And then when I became a civil servant, because straight after my graduation, I joined in the civil services. So when you join the civil service, you already know that you have to lead a team. You have to have those leadership qualities. So when I joined Mumbai, which was my first posting as an assistant commissioner income tax, you have to lead a team. And my leadership role started from then itself in the professional world, that I had to lead a team and take things along. And the entire journey, I've just been evolving and evolving. And as you go senior, your leadership roles become more and more bigger, because then you are actually looking after and working with a lot more people. And coming here at NCTE, of course, this has really helped me for years, and this also. So I think leadership role is an ever evolving thing. It will continue as I go forward in my professional life, and that's it.
And so, ma'am, which are those skills that you would say that you would have picked up all along this journey of yours?
So, as a leader, if you ask me, if I have to think, first of all, I think a lot of honesty and integrity of purpose. And as a leader, I think you have to set an example. You have to lead by example. And when you work with a team, although you're a team leader, you need to be a team player at once, at the same time. And you need to be really focused and passionate about what you're doing, like what you're doing. And I always believe that appreciating your teammates, the people who work with you, that is very important. Because each time somebody, appreciates my work, even today, it gives me a new sense of zeal, and, I get invigorated to work even better. So the same thing I apply to my subordinates also. You would notice many times that if any of my teammates are doing well, my junior colleagues are doing well, I appreciate their work and I bring them to the fore. Because though I may lead the entire initiative, but without a team we can't work. So I believe, and my father was in the army, so he's very clear that although I lead, I need to take my Jawans along. So that is what he has in me, and that is what I follow.
Lead from the front.
Yes, lead from the front,
that's what
but be a teammate also. Be a team player.
Absolutely. Absolutely, ma'am. So which are some of the specific projects that you'd like to talk about, or you think, like you say, very close to your heart, a lot of things are. So which ones are the ones, you want to just think about the most?
So because since today we are sitting in NCTE, so I'll talk about the projects here. 3 projects which are now, countrywide well known. One is the Integrated Teacher Education Program, which is a 4-year undergraduate dual major degree. And that caters to the pre-service teacher education, whereby we have young children coming into the teaching profession, opting after class 12 to become a teacher, and they take up this course. That is close to my heart. Then we have another very important initiative, which is called the National Mission for Mentoring, and of course, Shiva, you're also a part of that, and that is for the capacity building of in-service teachers, where we have mentoring of school teachers, which is a novel concept, because whenever we talk about mentoring, it's always for school children. You as a teacher, when you say mentor, you don't see yourself as a mentee. You see yourself as a mentor most of the time. So for the first time, the teachers will have to take themselves or imagine themselves to be mentees. So this is another novel concept. And another thing is the National Professional Standard for Teachers, which is about the competencies that a teacher must have as per in his teaching career. Now, these are all for improving the quality of teacher education and the quality of teachers in India. When I joined NCTE in 4 years back, and we were assigned all these tasks after the National Education Policy 2020. The team, has been working on all, and of course, under the leadership of our chairpersons at that time and the Ministry of Education, we have been working on all 3 initiatives for the last 3 years. So when you work on a project right from the inception, from scratch, just when it's an idea first, and then you work on that, you have consultations, a lot of committee meetings, stakeholder reviews, and then you come out with a project which is approved and launched nationally. Like all our 3 projects are launched and implemented successfully. I think these 3, that's why I say they are close to my heart, because I'm closely associated with all 3 projects along with the team. And since it's already been launched in the field, being implemented successfully, when I will remember NCTE, these 3 projects will always be part of my journey here. And I will always talk about it throughout my life. These 3 projects are what we worked upon, and that is what has been implemented.
My God, you've transitioned like a butterfly.
Yes.
It's so easily taken. So ma'am, now some very up close and personal questions.
Yeah.
Not personal, but personal. So what are some of the small things in life that make you very happy?
I'm a very simple person. I am an introvert. Actually, a lot of people say that you're very extrovert. I'm not. When it comes to my work and all, I do talk a lot. But in my free time, I like to spend it at home. I don't go out much. I don't eat out much. I like to spend it at home with my family, with my children, and I like to be by myself. I enjoy the me time. People say that I need that me time, alone time. So I enjoy my alone time, because in the office, outside, you're surrounded by so many people, 8 hours continuously, 9 hours, 10 hours, So I really relish that time when I can spend by myself and just be calm, without any noise, nothing. That is a phase where I really reboot my entire energy and my thoughts, and I gear up for the day ahead. These are the simple things. For me, it's really simple. I eat very simple food, and I just appreciate every day. I just appreciate the fact that we are alive. I always feel that God has bestowed me much more than I ever deserved. And these are just the simple things. These are the simple things in life, nothing great. I live by this every day. I'm thankful for my existence.
So who do you feel closest to?
Okay, so the closest to means I would always say my parents, because I'm here because of them. And they have sacrificed so much for me. My father, he was in the army, and for every girl, your father is your first hero. He's your knight in shining armor, and he will always remain. Nobody can replace him. My mother was my first icon of woman empowerment. She taught me the importance of financial independence, and that's what I've lived by all my life. Though they could have chosen to live together, they took up separate careers so that my brother and me could get a good education, staying in a hostel, very good schools, and I think for me, they are the most important. My children will be, of course, if you ask me, my family, my children, of course, they will be, but my parents, right on top. Number one is my parents. They are the most important people in my life. I owe everything to them.
Ma'am, which issues are closest to your heart?
Okay, so the issues which are very close to my heart are issues of gender equality and women empowerment. I come from a place where women are very empowered, and I've never faced this gender discrimination or gender inequality in Darjeeling. You would be surprised to know that in our time, now I'm taking you back to 1995 when I graduated, 94, a girl would not get a good proposal unless she is working. So always the men would say that, is the woman working? And then you'll get your marriage proposals easily. What I mean to say is, look at the difference. When I joined my job, I was finding that many of my batchmates were looking for persons who are not working. They wanted homemakers. Whereas in our area, it's a totally different concept that a woman has to be working. So I'm coming from such an empowered place. I never saw myself as less than any man. And probably that is the reason why you'll find me so forceful at times, because I've seen myself as an equal. I've been treated as an equal everywhere. And when I come out and see so many issues of gender inequality and discrimination and dowry, we don't have this dowry system in the hills, it really pains me. And these are the issues I want to actually talk about to young children, and also to make the young girls, understand that financial independence is so important for your own empowerment. And education is a major game changer. So these are the issues which are really very close to my heart.
So ma'am, which are those childhood memories that you love to think about and it comes often to you?
I grew up in a small place that is in Darjeeling. And as you would know, when you're coming from a small place, the entire village is your family. Everybody knows you, you know everybody else. I'm coming from a joint family, so all the more. We had our family, the joint family home itself, our ancestral home. In that house, there would be around 20 to 30 people at any given point of time. Kids would be close to about 8 to 10. So you can imagine the dynamics of that entire family. You never felt alone. My mother used to work, but my grandparents, my aunties, my uncles, they would all take care of me. There was never a moment I felt lonely in the house. So this sort of also inculcated in me the importance of sharing, of being giving, of sacrificing, and adjusting to a huge family. I also want to tell you that I went to the hostel from class 1. So I've been in a hostel, so I have very, very fond memories of my hostel days also, right from class 1. Every memory of my childhood is so, so pleasant. I carry it. Today when I see my children not having the same, childhood as I had, having a large group of friends, conversing, and the entire scenario has changed, because in our time there was no internet, there was no TV. So it was like our parents used to say, after 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, in the hills now it gets dark very easily. By 5, everything starts getting dark. So they had to call us and come inside, stop playing. And now it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Go out and play, and they are not going to play.
Exactly.
They're so stuck up in their mobiles and their laptops. So those memories, those are my favorite memories. And that is what I feel so sad that children nowadays, they don't have.
Someone like challenges make a person. Which are those challenges that have shaped you?
Yeah. So, challenges you face throughout life. I think various challenges. The first challenge I would say is when I joined the civil services. Now, income tax is a very technical work. It has a lot of number crunching. It has a lot of accounts is involved. So when you're coming from an arts background, you need to really put in that effort to understand the entire accountancy, as well as, the number game and all that. So that was one of the biggest challenges when I joined the job. But over the years, and with a lot of training that we undergo, those we overcome. So first of all was the technical challenges in the profession. Then apart from that, when you go out also, the work is very field-oriented work. You will find us, especially when you're absolutely at the level where you have to actually do the job. It is not purely a desk job. We also have the job task of collecting taxes, going out, and sometimes conducting surveys on business institutions, on their premises, to collect the taxes or whatever. Sometimes be part of various search and seizure actions, stuff like that. Those are challenging. I worked in Bombay initially in the first 8 years of my life as an assistant commissioner, as a deputy commissioner. So there sometimes when you're out in the field doing your outside work, it would get late till about, you could be there at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the night. Being a lady doesn't excuse you that, okay, it's 8 o'clock, now please buzz off. You have to be there because you are probably leading that team, and if you need to sleep, you don't have a bed. So if you have gone to a construction site, if it's the floor, then you sleep on the floor. If it is a bench which is there, you sleep on the bench. Nothing to say that ladies will sleep here and gents will sleep here, because it's one big room, you have to sleep wherever you can. So these are the challenges which are there, which come up, I think every challenge in life that you face, it gives you valuable lessons. And as they say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
Right.
So I think this is the thing. And when you talk about challenges, but I enjoy the challenges. I think more than the challenges, the learnings are very important. And how you deal with these challenges, not to get, stuck with these challenges or bogged down by that challenges, but to find solutions. I always tell people that when you come to me with problems, and that's what my bosses used to say to us also, when you come to me with problems, you already know the solutions. So please come with the solutions also. And you should be a solution provider rather than a problem maker, problem creator.
Very true.
So challenges are a part of life, and they teach you a lot.
What inspires you to keep going?
I live one day at a time. This is my motto. I don't look too far ahead. People think that 10 years down the line, I will do this and I will do that. COVID has been a big lesson not to take life for granted, not to take anyone for granted, anything for granted. And so I live one day at a time. I want to live in the moment. I don't think too far ahead. I live one day at a time, and whatever comes, I take it in my stride. And I believe in God a lot. So I believe that whatever he or she does, means God has given us, it is all a part of his plan. I have to give my best. And when you give your best, God will do the rest. This is it.
Any favorite quote of yours which
there are so many quotes. As I grew up, I had my various things, because I've worked hard right from it's not like I've been working very hard since my school days. So I was always a very focused student, and I keep that focus till now. lot of quotes. One thing which I always remember, and I tell my children also, is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration.
Perfect.
So this is a quote which I will always remember, and I tell everyone the same.
So any unexpected pleasure, surprise that gives you a lot of happiness?
When things happen unexpectedly and it is to your benefit, or it helps you, it is always pleasant. I'll tell you one particular thing. When I was in 2018, I got selected for a course in the National Defence College. This is also a course where people are selected. A lot of people send their names and you get selected. So this was an unexpected surprise, but it was really good for me because it was a course where I met 99 other officers. 25, I think 18 or 19 of us were from the civil services. We had 25 foreign officers from the Navy, Air Force and the Army. And we had officers from the Indian Army, Navy and the Air Force. So this huge lot of 100 of us batchmates, I learned so much. It gave me so much exposure. We were taken to the best institutions. We had the best speakers coming and speaking to us. We could ask them any question. You ask it, you tell it, you'll have the world. At the end, we had a visit to the Rashtrapati Bhavan, where we met the Honorable President at that time, Ramnath Kovandji. And I was lucky enough to be one of the speakers to present my experiences on the part of the civil services before the President. And that is something which you normally don't get to do. And seeing how the defense services, I'm a daughter of a soldier, right, of an army person. So from that side, I've seen the perspective as an army child. But to actually interact with the officers and see their lives, how they conduct. We were taken to their ships, we were taken to their outposts, border outposts, we were taken to the Air Force stations, etc. Seeing how they conduct their lives, seeing it from their perspective was something really good. And it helped us to build those bridges between the civil and the defense. Very important. Today, many of my batchmates are sitting in very, very important posts all across the country. They are heading their own regions. It was really an exposure I got, and that has been my that surprise that I got. It was a surprise which really helped me. And in course of that, I even completed my MPhil. So that was an added bonus.
Absolutely.
So this was one thing which I'll always cherish.
Any message that you'd like to just give?
Yeah. So my message is give your best. I think give your 100% to whatever you do, and I think I just take your work seriously. Do it with integrity. Give your 100%. Work hard. There's nothing that can substitute hard work. That is very clear. Read a lot, and if you're part of any job, especially if you're part of the NCTE and the education sector, then you really need to read and understand, because then only your perspectives will be broader, and you will understand the nuances. And in NCTE particularly, apart from just doing the policy sitting in Delhi, you need to understand the ramifications of those policies countrywide, right, and understand that whatever you do, that is going to affect someone in even the remotest corner of India, and therefore our policies should be formulated such that the man at the end, he is benefited by that policy positively. So I think this is what I would tell to everybody.
Ma'am, it was absolutely sterling to have this conversation with you. Your insights, your ideas, your dreams were so good to hear, and especially a proud privilege that we could have this conversation with you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Shubha. It was so nice conversing with you as always. You are yourself such a pleasant personality, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our pleasure indeed.